Okay, now, last week I went over the negatives. If I can type. Here, let me move this, sorry. There we go. The negatives. I don't like that. Let's make it just a touch bigger. The negatives of what happened. Now, this may seem weird because I did learn a fair amount from it. So I guess we're going to go over the positives. And yes, there are positives. One thing I had to learn during all these issues was I do not have infinite time. I will run out of time. And those lines can really scare people. Some people go their entire lives thinking they can just pour their hours into something. They can just keep pushing and it'll eventually work, and they have the energy and the time and everything will go, and there's no consequences. Well, that got wiped off the board when I had to realize what would be the best use of my time. And I mean, I had a blog, small jobs, very small, writing, YouTube, Twitch, and I was just completely tired. I couldn't, and it was starting to show. I mean, whenever you push yourself to exhaustion time and time again, you are not able to really rebound. So I had to kind of think back and go, okay, what do I want right now? How do I get there? And right now, my YouTube and my Twitch is overruling the blog. So a blog has been put on the back burner. And it may be something different when it comes back up. We don't know. But the best use of my time, I feel, is, well, to entertain. Because if I can entertain, if I can get you to be entertained, I have done a little bit of work. Because I can get you to laugh. I can get you to cry, if I'm good. Maybe even think a little. Learn something new. Because although my time is not infinite, I also understand the value of it. I mean, let's just be honest. I don't mean this to be very depressing, but one day, I'm gonna die. Everyone does. Father Time he hasn't been beaten very often, and if anyone that knows the secret to beat him, they haven't been speaking to me. But come on. What do you want to do? It took me until I got sick, and I've done a lot of things. I've been in fights, I've been lit on fire, I've been shot at multiple times. I've, gotten records. I've cooked in some of the weirdest places for some of the craziest people. I've done a lot. And people go, well, you do this, this, and this. And some people are like, oh, you can't do that. You've already spent too much time. Really, it all depends on what you want to do. Because I am sick, I can focus more on my stuff. And I'm using that to the best of my ability. I mean, everyone's going to have a negative. everyone. Question is how to change it from negative, trying to find the key here, to positive. That's the trick. Yes, I know I missed an apostrophe. So, and I'm negative a lot of the time, but I try to do it in a way that I can at least build from. How can I get better? And that's one thing that I feel that this sickness has taught me. I used to be someone that would just charge in, doing everything I could. Push until exhaustion. Keep on going. But the thing is, without certain things in place, all that does is make you weaker. How do I get the best return for my time? That's the question. And that's a question a lot of people don't ask themselves. I'm doing this because if it works out, I think I can segue it very easily. I know numbers. I know math. I feel that is where I feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable in a land of emotion. And it's come through on some of my earlier videos. My earlier videos sucked. They were dry. They were cold. No heart. I had to kind of bring that out. And I'm learning. This is not something I'm used to. But I've at least now I'm in a place where I can learn. Because now I'm getting a little cagey. I'm getting I'm getting cagier, but I can't spell. It's very difficult to type with 6 fingers. Because if I tried using the other 4, it would just be, it would be a disaster. But not like it's much better now, but I don't even know if there's another word for it, but cagier is probably the best one. It's not even that great. Because I still, with everything that's going on, I want to have my own place again. And I want to have my own property. I want to do well. I want to segue into businesses where people can have a job. I think I can do it. No, I know I can do it. I know what I can do. And I get better every day. And one day, it'll work. One day, I will get it. And this channel is going to maybe not be a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, but if people look at it and go, I can do it, then, you know, this whole thing may be worth it. A lot of people right now are thinking of, and they're just, let's be honest, things are not where we want them to be, but they can be better. Things can always get better. They always can, but you need to put in the time. So, I guess the main thing what I learned is the value of time in your life. I don't know when I'm going to die. Men in my family are pretty, they're pretty hardy. They can take a lot of hits. But I don't know if I'm going to be the one that gets away from that. I'm also the biggest man. By size, height, and actually no, I think one uncle is taller than me, but by weight I am the biggest. And that is something I need to be aware of. Now, that's why I also check my blood pressure, my heart rate, pretty much every time I can with machines, and I still check them anyway. And I've been blessed with, or, lucky, I keep my blood pressure down through various ways. I keep my heart rate, I do exercise still as best to my ability. The value of time, though, it's a hard lesson. It really is a hard lesson. Some people never learn it. But one day, because I think this is me getting personal, there is not an end. It's just the next chapter. So, I'm going to do what I can to make the answer to that question for me. And hopefully, anyone listening does that as well for your own right. Do things. Push the boundaries. Make things better. Constantly improve. Constantly try and listen to other people, even if you don't agree with them. But find the best use of your time, because you never know when you're out of it. So, okay, that was the blog. I say vlog. You guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Also, thank you. I think it was David Blythe. He was a YouTube user who listened to my first one. And he said, and he gave me some info. It's like, you can talk about horrible romances. Like, honestly, my romance is bad. I have either A, very good, or B, very bad luck. Honestly, I could probably make a YouTube channel on how to screw up romance. And it was a fairly serious vlog, so I can understand if that person didn't understand. I meant that as a joke. I'm not great with it, like I said before. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything. Later.